If you want to be more efficient and effective while experiencing more inner peace, then working on the core of your issues instead of putting on a Band-Aid is vital. Welcome to Life Picks University podcast. I'm your host, Esty Rapport, and here to help you improve your 28 cognitive functions, the 28 things that make up thinking. In each episode, we'll discuss a real-life challenge, why you might be struggling with it, and give you practical strategies so all areas of your life will improve. When you're done a challenging task or even a simple one that has taught you a lesson, you're not done until you bridge. What's bridging? Why is it important? And how can you apply it to your life to make your life a whole lot more dynamic, a lot more meaning, and easier to learn? That's what's coming up next on the Life Picks University podcast, episode 391. But first, you heard of IQ and EQ, but have you heard of RQ? Relational intelligence is just as important as emotional intelligence, yet for some reason, most people haven't heard about it. So I've teamed up with Dr. Tiffany Farag to put together a list of 11 ways for you to improve your relational intelligence. Grab your copy for free at lifepicks.com/RQ. That's LifePicks, PIX, university.com/RQ. For today's real life challenge, imagine you just completed running a massive sale. It was a great success, and you're already thinking about the next one. Most people, they're done a task or a project when all the activities are done. A few people even take the time for reflection, and almost no one does bridging. So what exactly is bridging? Let's explain it in 3 steps. Step number 1, when you're done a task or project, you take a few moments to think about what was the specific thing that has helped you figure it out, that has helped you be successful in this thing. What was the strategy that you used? What cognitive function did you use? Or what lesson did you learn while doing this task? For example, in our real life challenge, maybe you think the reason why this sale was so successful was because they used the cognitive function of planning. You were very well prepared and everything was able to run smoothly. Okay, so we identified what was the thing that helped it be successful. Planning. Step number 2, now you're going to take the thing you identified and you're going to turn it into a sentence that explains exactly why it helped you to use that cognitive function, that strategy, that life lesson, and more importantly, why you should use it more often. This is called a life principle. So you're making a sentence that becomes a life principle that you could use everywhere. So back to our example, if we know that planning has helped run the sale smoothly, we'll write a sentence, we'll write a life principle like this. When I plan, then I have the time to prepare myself and my business for everything I need so the projects run smoothly. Notice I didn't say anything about the sale in my life principle. I want to create a sentence that can be applicable all over. This is extremely important, and I'll say it again. Your life principle does not say anything about the event or the activity that you just did. An easy formula to help you get started writing life principles is when then just finish the sentence. And sometimes I like to add so that, as it gives even more meaning and emotions to the sentence. I'll repeat the life principle I just said about the sale so that way you can see how it fits into this format. When I plan, then I have the time to prepare myself and my business for everything I need so the project runs smoothly. Got it? Good. We're ready for part 3, the actual bridging. Step number 3, now you're going to take that life principle you just created and you're going to bridge it to other areas of your life. Where else can you use this life principle? At work, at home, school, life? What is it for you? And this is where you can get specific again as you're taking the general life principle and applying it practically to specific situation. So let's go back to our life principle. Where else would it be helpful to use planning so things run smoothly? If you bridge it to cooking dinner, planning your dinners once a week on Sunday will make it easier for you to go to the grocery store only once and cook. Everything is just happen a whole lot smoother. Even if you don't cook everything on Sunday, if you plan everything on Sunday, the rest of the cooking will go smoothly. Or what about if you bridge it to social media? If you plan your social media posts the first of the month, every month for the next month, then every day when you have to create the social media content, you'll know exactly what you need to do and it will all go smoothly. Do you see what we did? We learned a lesson from one event, from making a sale, and brought it to many areas of our life. This way, we don't have to keep on relearning the same lesson over and over again in different areas. We can move faster. We can take our life lessons, like we can grow and develop and do the things we want to do faster because we don't have to waste the time relearning it in this situation, especially when they seem so different. Like, what does cooking dinner have to do with making a sale, right? Well, we found the connection. Should we do one more example? Let's say you're looking at buying a new house and you have to visualize your things in that house, what they're going to look like every time you go and see the house and eventually you close on a house. You can create a life principle that goes like this. When I visualize, then I have an easier time understanding the outcome and can make better decisions. Nothing about buying houses, right? Let's take this life principle and let's bridge it to other areas of life. What about a sales funnel? I can visualize the process of what a client is going to have to go through until they actually buy. If I visualize and I could see what it's like for them and I can see what part needs improvements and what parts are good. What about visualizing this for a relationship? I can visualize where I want to bring my wife on a date because I can see her in that environment. Is that type of environment, type of date that she would enjoy and that I think would be beneficial for the type of thing that we want to do right now. See, again, we took a lesson of visualizing and bridging it to other areas of our lives. Your challenge this week is obviously to do some bridging. Let's do a quick review of what the 3 steps to bridging are. Number 1, identify the thing that has helped you figure out the problem or come to the solution or make it successful. What was that specific strategy, cognitive function, lesson? What was that thing? Then number 2, create a life principle. When I do blank, and this is where you put in the thing that you just figured out, then and explain what happens then. Remember, it has to be applicable to many areas of life. And then step number 3, bridge. How can you use this life principle in many other areas of your life? Have an awesome rest of your day. Enjoy bridging. It becomes really fun. In the beginning, you might get a little bit stuck, but as you do it more, you'll get way better at it. And guess what? You'll start doing it automatically. It'll be so much fun. I'd love to actually see them. So if you want to share them on IG stories, put it on, tag me in. I'd love to reshare it, give you a shout out, and applaud you for taking action on listening to what you hear in this podcast. Have an awesome rest of your day. Bye for now.
That's all for this episode of the Life Fix University podcast. If you enjoyed it, please share it with 2 of your family and friends so they too can gain from it, and you'll be helping us reach our goal of 1 million downloads by the end of 2025. Have an awesome rest of your day and grow those dendrites.